So when you're building out a landing page or anything in a user interface that requires an image, one of the most important skills I have been using is a skill that I created that will connect to the image to API using OpenAI. It'll create an image based on the context of what the image needs to be, where it is on your page. So for example, this was all created using my skill, and it took the content of this section to figure out what exactly to add in. You can see it's kind of pretty fitting. It fits in about like being lost, here's the problem. And I'm going to use the same skill to generate the 3 vertical images that I'm going to have on my landing page over here. I'll also show you how you can create your own skills if you want to. It's very, very easy and it's very powerful if you know what you're trying to abstract away. And I will say this skill is completely free. So if you go to my Agentic System Labs Essentials repo, there is a couple of free skills I'm putting in here to make your day-to-day development much easier. But if you are looking for a more robust set of skills, go to agentsystem.dev. This is all the skills I use every day when it comes to coding on my side projects and at work that make me ship much more efficiently and much more productively. So go join the waiting list and I'll send out an email when this is ready. So I really want to start by demoing this skill out and then show you how it kind of works. So let's go over to my mission control application. I'm going to create a new session over here in Claude Code, and I'm going to prompt it. Can you please use my GPT image 2 skill to generate the 3 vertical images on the hero banner and make sure that they fit properly into the application's main target niche? All right, let's just go ahead and kick this off, and it's going to start by reading my marketing page, my landing page, and it should find those 3 vertical banners. It should also look around the content and try to understand my application. And now you'll see over here, it's actually invoking my skill. So agent system frontend UX GPT image 2. And then it looks at my root directory of this project to find an OpenAI key. And then it's going to run a script to basically use that key to connect to the API to generate 3 different images. So if you see over here, we have a vertical 916 social media short of, and then it's probably going to make 3 separate images that can kind of fit into these places. All right, this is done. Let's go back to the landing page and check out our images. And as you can tell, we have 3 really high quality images with the captions already burned in, so it looks like a real video. Now, granted, is using an image here the best user experience and marketing play for this application? Probably not. These should probably be videos that you can actually play so you can actually see what it looks like when you turn the long form video into a short form gold. But again, I just wanted to demo the fact that you have these images that are generated with image 2, and it's very, very powerful. If I scroll down, I have some more images down here, like placeholder images of people, and this is all really high quality. All right, so now let's dive into how I generate this skill. Honestly, it's very, very easy to do. You just have to have an idea and think about asking the AI to generate the skill for you. And there are skills that help you create skills. I'm not going to get into that because honestly, just prompting Claude Code is enough to get it to make the skill that you need. So let's go to the Essentials package over here, and I'm going to just clear out this console real quick. And what I want to do is I want to basically just give you an example skill. So I'm going to say, I need you to create a skill which knows how to read from a .openai-key file in the root of the directory. And if it doesn't exist, then throw an error. And once you have that key, I need you to invoke the OpenAI API to generate an image using GPT image 2. The following is an API documentation of how you can do this. All right, and then I'm going to go over to here. I'm going to grab the documentation, grab this whole URL. Sometimes you don't even need to do this, right? The AI is smart enough to go and read documentation, but just to kind of help it and guide it, I do like to paste in documentation like this. And so when you run this, it literally is going to go and create a skill inside your .claude folder, which is going to do exactly what you asked. And this is all I did. Just something like this can really just create the skill for you. There are some skills out there that will create the skill, but we should probably dive into the skill file and see how it kind of works. So I'm gonna go ahead and just like load up the skill. I'll say image 2 skill. Let's look at this. So basically every skill has like this front matter that kind of describes what the skill is, so that when the prompt is running, when Claude Code or Codex is running, they can kind of summarize the purpose of the skill and when it should be invoked automatically, because that's the point of skills, is when you make a prompt, you have a bunch of collection of skills that the AI knows to automatically invoke to help improve the quality of your output or something like that. Now this skill teaches Claude Code how to generate images using the API. And if you read through it, it has some examples and preconditions of like this thing needs an OpenAI key defined at the root of the directory. If it's not there, it's going to throw an error. And then it has some examples of how to actually invoke this script. So there's a generate sh script that's in here. But notice that it doesn't actually say anything about the API because that's all abstracted away. Your AI is not going to know about your key, and your AI is not going to know like how to actually run this. Now, granted, if I go to the generate script, let's go to generate. Here's a script that actually connects to the API and uses that prompt that was passed in to generate the image. And then it passes that image back that was generated to the original model so it can then do something with it. Now let's go back to my other project, my starter kit. I want to kind of show you another skill that I use that's in my agentsystem.dev skill pack. So basically, after you generate images, I do have another skill that can optimize them. So basically scale them down and compress them. And you can simply run optimize these images, which will kick in that skill. And you'll see it's kicking off this optimize page images from my agent system front end UX. Again, that's just going to loop through those 3 images. It's going to scale them down. It's going to compress them so that they're not 2 megabytes in size, because right now they're huge. Now, I will say that because we're using Next.js, there is an image component that already kind of scales this stuff down, but that adds additional load to your server to have to kind of load up a large image, scale it down on the fly, and then cache that somewhere. So still optimizing your images is probably a good idea. And you can see here, it does an audit. It finds that some of these images are 2 megabytes. And it's going to ask us, do we want to resize them? I'm going to say, sure. Okay, so now we're done. We have a 6 megabyte down to 143 kilobyte on disk, 98% reduction. And now if I go back to my landing page, these should probably be a little bit smaller too. Yeah, so 40, 38, 34. So they are smaller. They are WebP now. And if I go and look at this in my actual project, let's go and open up my project folder. Go to public, let's look at my landing page images, and we have these hero reels. Let's go to get info, and you'll see here it is 49 kilobytes on disk. So it did scale it down from that 2 megabytes down to something that's actually usable on a website. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed watching this and learning how to make skills, be sure to check out my agentsystem.dev. I'm going to teach about making skills, how to hook them all together, how to make the output of your agents the highest possible quality that you can and ship production level code. Go join the waitlist, and when this is ready, I'll send out an email. And then lastly, I do have a course that talks about how to use Claude Code like I do in Cursor to use these models, how to prompt them correctly. Go check out agenticjumpstart.com. I have over 13 hours of content, 88 different videos, a lot of good content here. So go check that one out if you are interested in becoming better at agentic coding. All right, have a good day. Happy coding.